Yeah.
I'm Melissa. Hi, I'm Patty.
Okay.
This is Banana speaking.
なんか聞きたいことありますか？
日本のお客さんどうでしたか？
What did you think of the crowd and the Japanese shows? The audience?
Reserved, polite, but almost excited in an intimidated way, almost like.
やや遠慮がちで、とてもお行儀が良くて、どことなく威圧されてる。
入れてんかな？
どことなく威圧を感じてるかなっていう、そういう雰囲気を。
でも日本人にしては盛り上がってる方です。
Maybe for a Japanese audience, it was actually a pretty animated crowd.
Really? Yeah.
By standards here.
I see that people are trying. Like some people, like last night, we even had like 2 stage diving people that like got on stage and dived off or whatever. Which is obviously a common thing at home, but
yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't expect it. So I can see that they're definitely trying to.
昨日ダイビングをする人ほどやっぱり盛り上がったので、それはあんまり期待してなかったんでちょっと驚いた。
アメリカ入ってどれくらいなんですか？ホールに入ってどれくらいになりますか？
How long have you been in Hull now?
Now it's been 6 months, but it feels like yesterday.
Really? Why is that?
Because we've been doing the same thing since I joined. Like I joined 6 months ago. We've been on the road the whole time. But I mean, we're still doing the same thing, recording the same album, right? So it sort of feels like one day of the same album.
Yeah, and Patty, you've been in Hull before, right?
Yeah, for almost 3 years.
6ヶ月前に入ったんだけれども、ずっと同じアルバムをツアーでやってるので、まるで昨日入ったばっかりみたいな、そういう新鮮さはまたあると思う。
やってみて、新入りがリズム体が新しく
ちょっと待って、多分ね、これもう 100% これマイクに入ってないと思う。
入ってない。
本当？いや、この音楽でね、流れちゃうんだよ。これ前経験あるんだよ。我々のミキサーは我々の耳に届くんだけども、マイクに入んないんだよ。
じゃあつけてよ。近づけてよ。
あれは少しは。I was just telling him to probably we're not getting the voices in here very good because they get drowned out by the music.
Should we talk right into it? Like, do you need to hear the questions? I guess.
I think yes.
Is this a microphone here?
Yeah, these are both mics. I think it's more important that we get your voices than ours. Okay. I got a pretty loud voice anyway, so I'm probably okay.
Well, we'll speak up.
Yeah. Actually, this was more important, so yeah.
Oh, okay.
ごめんなさい、質問は何だ。
リズム体の方新しいのがなんでですか？
もっとでかい声。
もっとでかい。入んないよ。
いきなり変わって、バディの方としてやりにくかったりすることはない。やりにくかったりすることはない。
変わったっていうか、一人が亡くなって。Patty, was the adjustment tough for you? You lost a member and of course gained a new member.
Yeah.
Was that a tough adjustment to make for those of you who had been in the band from before?
Yeah, a bit. There was a point where we didn't know if we would continue, but well, we tried out maybe 4 bass players, and Melissa was like the 5th one, and she just fit in perfectly. Just her personality and the way she approached her bass and the way she sang, and her singing added a lot to our music now, which we're going to work off of a lot of Melissa's vocal stuff and incorporate that into the stuff we're writing right now. So it's actually made it easier. Yeah.
それはね、受けられるかどうかさえ思ったほど不安だったんだけれども、彼女をオーディション受けたわけですけれども、大体5人目だったと思うんだけど、彼女の性格っていうのがまず一つ、それからベースの弾き方、あとはボーカル、聞いて、これだなというふうに決定しました。で、彼女が非常に大きなプラスになっているので、今新しい曲を書いてるんだけども、やっぱりそのボーカルが大いに役立ってる。
もうすごい素敵な声です。
You're very impressed by your vocal.
Oh, really? Thank you. Arigato.
はっきり聞こえる。
very distinct.
Really? There's a good dynamic because we have very different textures of voices, so we complement each other really well, me and Courtney. So I think that, I mean, not only it might be distinct, but it works perfectly because it's so much the opposite. It's like a higher, more like angelic or something voice behind her stronger, obviously, more aggressive.
はっきりしてるだけじゃなくて、まあ、声の質がもともと違うので、非常にうまい声にこう絡み合ってて、コーティのそのでかい声にかぶせるように、まあ、自分で言ってはなんだけど、天使のような高い声をかぶせると非常にうまい声に噛み合うと自分、まあ、我ながら思う。
現場の声。
なんかビリー・コーガンが彼女がいいって推薦したっていう話は本当なんですか？
There was rumor to the effect that Billy Corgan lobbied for your entry into the whole.
Yeah, it's the mutual friend that recommended me to Courtney, or them, that he is Courtney's friend, and suggested that it might be a good thing for me. I was in a band previous, pretty happy with, but my band had opened up for his band when they came through my town, and he saw what I was doing and said, you know, you've got potential for whatever it is. And then when that happened, they were looking for a bass player, he just like, it clicked and went, wow, you might be perfect to fill in that spot. And we both respected him musically and thought he was probably right, so it worked out.
たまたまビリーが共通の友人だったので、彼のバンドが彼女の街にやってきた時に、彼女が
Tinker, it's called. My old band thing is Tinker.
その自分の街にテンカーっていうバンドに入ってたんだけども、彼のバンドがやってきた時にテンカーっていうバンドが彼のバンドの前座をやった経験があるので、その時に彼女が彼の目に留まって、で彼の、まあ、意見を非常に尊敬してるし、でコーティに尊敬してるから、まあ彼がそう言うんであれば、まあいいだろうな。
Put it out? Yeah. An outspoken.
でも例えばメリッサにしてみたらいろいろとコートにもいるバンドであるし、いろいろなこうなんだろう、コントラバーシャルなバンドなわけで、入ることに対するためらいとか人間関係が大変だなとか、そういう不安感はなかったんですか？
For you, I mean, Courtney, for better or worse, has a reputation that precedes her, for better or worse. You know, it's got a rather controversial side. You didn't have reservations about the personal politics involved in being in a band like that?
Most definitely. Like the sad thing is that there's so much personal stuff that goes along with this band that unfortunately, and even I, as a member of the public, when I thought of this band, I thought, oh God, Courtney and her life. And then, so yeah, that sort of did stop me for a bit. And then I had a conversation with her on the phone, and you know, she was very intriguing, very, very strong, and very animated about what she wanted, and she basically, you know, seduced me over the phone. So I think I just said, well, I should try it, and then I should meet these people at least, because I mean, there's a pretty special history, although it's all like, you know, personal life or whatever, it's a special situation. So when I met them, I was aware that I had to be very aware of that side of it, etc., but sensitive to it and understanding. So yeah, it's a big side, but it as long as I accepted it, it was fine, and which is what I'm doing.
彼女の評判が、まあ、はっきり言って非常に気になってたことは確かだけど、まああれだけ、まあなんて言うんだろう、まあ結構知名度の高い、まあ特別な歴史のあるバンドなので、まあこれはとりあえず話だけ、まあ聞くべきだろうと思って。で実際に電話で話してみたらなかなかコーティの感じが良かったし、しかもコーティの方からだいぶ激しい、ようななんていうか、まあ誘惑みたいな、誘惑にこう負けてしまったという気があった。まあ入っていいだろう。
逆にパティの方はここ半年で事件があって、 で、しかも
どっちいろんな事件がいっぱいあるよ。
カートの事件があって、またバンドのベーシストがこう変わったっていう、すごくこうドラスティックな事件があって、どうも音楽に集中できないっていうので、バンドを続けるのが嫌になったりはしなかったんです。
That's okay.
You actually went through the various tragedies that Patty, obviously, suicide, the loss of the bassist. Was there one point when you thought, this sucks, I don't want to go on with this anymore? Did you want to get out of music, or did you want to get out of the band?
Never. I didn't want to let what happened, it was more of a big wake-up call for me and my life and what was happening, and that there's a lot to learn from it, and I've made a lot of changes in my life that have been great and the best things for me, and it's been good for me and my relationship with Courtney and Eric and our band and our music. So actually, I can't say it was, I don't know, it was a real growing kind of thing.
Right. バンドやめようとか音楽やめようを思ったことは一度もなかった。逆にああいう技術的なことだからこそ、これでもう一遍他のメンバーとの人間関係、あるいは自分たちの在り方を見つめ直す格好の材料だなというふうに思ったので、逆に語弊あるのかもしれないんだけれども、そういうプラスの面が多かったんじゃないかと思います。
じゃあ今楽しいですか？今楽しい。
So right now you're happy?
Yeah.
今初めてなんかちゃんとスタートしたっていう感じ。
ちゃんと
スタートしたっていう感じ。
I mean, you feel like things starting over, or
Yeah.
From a new start?
Yeah.
Death becomes rebirth.
Yeah.
Exactly.
死から何かが生まれるというふうに言うんだけれども、新しいスタートだったな。
イメージとしてはどうしてもコートニーがワンマンバンド的に前面に出るバンドじゃないですか。実際のところはもっと民主的なバンド、あるいは家族的な雰囲気のバンドなのか、どうなのか。
Those of us watching from the sidelines might be under the impression that sort of Courtney's show, she calls all the shots, pulls the strings. Is it in actuality more democratic? Is it more of a family type thing?
Well, from the outside perspective, it's also the music that's saying it all, and musically it is a band that is vocally dominant, and it's a band musically that one person is singing, and it's also a very guitar type band. So in a sense, she is the front person, and she is that. I'd say that we've got some very, very sensitive dynamics within the band that we don't feel like we're being stepped on or anything. No, it's all understood, but of course it just fundamentally is a band that's fronted by a person because she sings and she's the one that's actually verbally portraying, relaying a message to people. So, on a literal level, yeah, but on music is also an abstract thing that doesn't have rules or words that go along with it. So it's just, musically, me and Patty are obviously doing as much as she is.
生活的にはこのバンドはボーカルとギター主体のバンドなので、
Oh, hi. Have we met?
コートニーが中心人物になってるんだけれども、実際は力関係が微妙に働いてて、
I'm Patty.
言えるのは音楽にはルールが全くないから、その場で決まるようなもんだから、そこでそれぞれのメンバーの役割が生きていると思います。Want your time out here?
Yeah, it's okay.
Okay, no problem.
どうなんでしょうか、そういうでもいわゆるスキャンダラスな部分が メディアには放送というかこう報じられることが多くて、自分たちの音楽性っていうのが正当に評価されてないっていうフラストレーションを感じることはないですか？
Do you think that the scandalous, the sensational side of the band is given too much attention by the media, and the music is kind of swept under the rug or swept aside? Is that a source of?
Well, yeah, obviously, because the band as a band hasn't had very much time to promote itself musically, because we've only been a functioning touring band for the past 6 months. So obviously, and otherwise, 2 years ago or whatever little bits they did before. I mean, it's just the record that speaks for musically. And right now, I think with this tour, we're finally taking away, and as we continue on in the next year, and then obviously to the next record, it will go away from that, because that's kind of all they've been able to base anything on. You know, they haven't been able to hear us play live, and now we are.
今回の編成が生まれたのはほんの6ヶ月前です。まだで今回のバンドは、これは1枚のアルバムしか出てないので、実績のないバンドなので、何かをこう取り上げなきゃいけないという状況になった時に、やっぱりそういうセンセーショナルなことをどうしてもしょうがないことだと思うんだけれども、でも定期的にツアーで回ったりして、今後も回る予定なので、そういう部分が徐々に消えていくんじゃないかな。
これからもっとすごく有名になっていくと思うんですけど、すごくなっていくと思うんですけど、そうしたらそういうのに対してどう思います？
What do you think of the prospect of the band becoming much more successful or big? I mean, obviously, if you take your show to the road, a lot more people are going to start noticing.
そればっかりになっちゃったりとか。
I mean, does that prospect have an attractive side? Like, for example, you could be stuck on the road for a lot longer than you want to maybe in the future. Is that a worry at all?
Working, touring, and I mean, we might. Well, we are pretty much confirmed to do Lollapalooza, and I think it would be great. I'd like to.
That's part of what, being a musician is the working on the road. It's not, I mean, it's the lifestyle, and it's, it can get obviously rough. It's a ridiculous lifestyle, but it's the magic behind it. It's the living on a whole other time frame as normal people would be. So, I mean, that's a good thing. In the long run, it's what you're supposed to be doing, and of course, making another record will, widen the history or the existence of the band too. So that's all part of it. So getting bigger and doing more work is good, obviously.
ミュージシャンとしてはもうツアーっていうつきものだって終わりに来てたから、むしろもう大歓迎っていうかね、ツアーそのものがこのミュージシャンであるっていう。そういうことに伴う一つの魅力というか最大の魅力じゃないかと思うので、逆にどんどんそういうことになりたいし、来年のロラパルプローザに出るっていう話をほぼ確定してるから。
彼女が2人個人的に目指してる音楽のスタイルとかバンドの形っていうのはどういう方向で？
それは多分このバンドだって言うと思うんだけども、もしこのバンドでなければ他のことをやってたら They were wondering what kind of music would you want to be doing, and I said, well, obviously they're doing the kind of music they want to be doing.
Right.
So I guess the question would be changed to if you weren't doing this kind of band, what kind of band would you want to be in, or what kind of music would you want to be performing?
God, that's such a complex question, because there's so much that goes along with what kind of music. I mean, a genre of music also reflects the lifestyle of living. For example, punk rock bands won't be coming to Japan, so or whatever, like might be in the future or whatever. But if we were on some indie label or whatever in the States, reflecting maybe adventurous or challenging music, then but I think we're doing exactly what we want to be doing. If this is a lifestyle, we're enjoying it. So I think the music reflects what we, and vice versa. I mean, it is what we want to be doing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean. Yeah, it's kind of a weird question.
But yeah, is there a trade-off there? I mean, would you, like you said, you could be doing something that obviously wouldn't bring you to Japan or wouldn't be as successful or noteworthy?
Sure, maybe in the future with any of us, we could be doing the exact opposite. for sure. If but I think that would all have to do with where you're at in yourself at that time. Maybe that wherever you're at. If it is that we want to live in a house in the country in a studio for 2 years, then our music will reflect it, I guess. Yeah. But right now.
まあミュージシャンとしてはいろんな音楽ジャンルは選択できるんだけれども、それと同時にいろんなライフスタイルも選択できるんだけども、たまたまこのライフスタイル例えば日本に行ったり、あるいはマスコミに注目されたりするようなライフスタイルをもし選択するんであれば、このジャンル、このホールがやってるような音楽が、最高だと今そう思うんだけれども、他にも例えばイギリスのレーベルで、細々と頑張るという道はもちろんあるんだけれども、今の自分ではこれが一番
好きなバンドは
What bands do you like?
We definitely all have pretty different, not even different tastes, but I'd say we each have a stereotypical what kind of band we like.
My Bloody Valentine.
Oh.
Is that just you, Patty?
Yeah, well,
We all love it, but Patty, we each have our favorite. I'll be teased about liking Sebado because I like the small label reflects what type of music is being made. Sebado or Girls Against Boys, lots of big indie labels. Hold a lot of bands that I really like.
Indie majors.
Yeah. Yeah.
バンドメンバーの間では結構バラエティー飛んだ好みがありまして、でよくお互いにバカにし合ったりするんだけど、例えばパーティーの場合は、これだって言わなきゃいけないっていう時に、マイブラジーバランサーバンドになっちゃうんだけれども、ミニスターの場合はどちらかというとインディのメジャー系、例えばセバドとか、これでグローズゲンスボーイも
Yeah, great band on Touch and Go.
あとはガールズアゲンストボーイズもあるので、インディーズのメジャー系というようなバンドが好きです。
例えばコートニーの書く曲っていうのはすごく彼女の個人的なバックグラウンドが見える歌詞が多いと思うんですね。でそういうものに関してやっぱりメディアの方も彼女の個人的なことをクリックするときにも言及するわけだけども、それは他のバンドのメンバーの他の人たちには同じバンドでプレイするときに共有できるものなのか、あるいはちょっと違うなっていう感じあるものですよ。
This is a question based on a premise. The premise is this, that Courtney's songs are about her. It reveals a lot about her life, her real life. Second part of the question is that something you, other band members can share with and identify with?
Big point is it reveals something about her life and it's her life as a woman, and the majority female predominant, so I'd say both me and Patty most definitely. And I've always described Eric as a type of guy that has to be a special type of guy to put up with a female predominant band. So obviously he has a side of himself that totally relates or respects or whatever it is that she is. Yeah, so it's very relevant to us.
And there's nothing that rubs you the wrong way. Is it all pretty does it resonate with you, or is it very?
Especially her being someone that we're close to as on personal level, for sure. I mean, we are we care about her as a person, so we like hearing what she has to say about herself. Yeah.
コースには個人的に体験というよりはもう女としての視点を貫いてるで、そういう視点を女として非常に大いに表明できるし、しかも彼女と関係しているので個人的な体験もすんなり受け入れられる。エリックに関してはこれはほとんど女ばっかりのバンドなので、おそらく彼の中でね、そういった部分を素直に自然に受け入れられるような体質が彼の中にあるんじゃないかと。あれはちょっと特殊な男性なのかもしれない。
傍から見てるとエリックっていうのは一番変なキャラクターに思えるんだけど、女子校の中の男の子みたいにいじめたりとかからかわれたりとかしてないんですか
？Wondering, Eric kind of stands out as one of the more novel members of the band. Here in Japan, where they have girls' schools,
right?
When there's like a male teacher who's often the object of teasing. they goad him or something. Does that happen with Eric? Is he the object?
I guess so. Yeah.
We tease him. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
耐える。で反撃するの。
怒るの
Does he fight back or does he put up with it?
He teases back. He throws it right back at us.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's the game.
But like I said, it takes a special kind of male to be, you know, to tolerate that kind of
Right.
thing. So.
まあでもさっき言ってたように特殊な男性ってないととても耐えられないから彼が対して
例えば L7 みたいにみんな女の子だったらもっといいのになとかって思うことはない。
Did you ever think about becoming like an L7 where it's all four?
No, especially not L7 is probably not a good example of, because I describe L7 as more of a the masculine side in themselves. So I don't think that, I mean, that doesn't really have to do with how many girls are in the band, but it's just a fundamental way of, you know, musically expressing yourself or whatever, and I don't think any of us relate to that really.
答えになるかどうかわからないんだけども、比較の対象としてあまりふさわしくないと思う L7 には。今彼女たちはどっちかっていうと純然たる女の視点っていうんじゃなくて、女性の男性的な部分いかに強く表現できるかっていうようなそういうポイントを追求しようとしていると思うので、それは私たちとちょっと違う。
They called? No. Are they going to guarantee that Courtney can find her way?
Oh, she's good.
Okay, perfect.
No, she's good.
例えばコートニーっていうのは割となんて言うんでしょう、女の子であること、セクシャリティも含めてこうすごくステージ上なり何なりで音楽を通してこう強烈に出してるじゃないですか、自分の女性性みたいなもので、それでまあその性的なあれも含めて彼女らもなんかその仲間というか一味みたいな感じでパブリックの場には出るわけじゃないですか。でそういうことに対するでも全然抵抗感みたいなのはないんですか。イメージみたいな部分。
コーディと同じように見られるのは嫌なの。
そうですね。
ざくばらんに例えばそういうことですね。
はい。ジェンダーって言ったらどうしないですか。いいよ。
I was wondering, Courtney does express her sexuality in a very open manner. And I was wondering if that sort of openness ever makes you guys feel uncomfortable. You want to be as open about yourself, or you just want Courtney to be in charge of the open category?
That'd be a good term for the conversation. She opens up your sexuality.
Yeah, she does. Yeah,
She makes references to Patty's.
But that's fine.
So is that like an alter ego then for you?
Pardon?
Is that like an alter ego?
Maybe, eh? That's interesting.
Could be,
Like, I don't think Patty would get up behind her
Yeah,
and go, I'm a lesbian.
but,
and
I
that's
out
that,
myself, it's not an issue, and I'm open, and it's not a big secret or anything, so it's fine with me, and, after, Courtney's, I guess you just become desensitized to it after a while, like her.
Yeah, I mean,
that's just part of her, and that's,
but I've got to deal with it in a verbal way sometimes on stage. She will, she talks about, whatever in her music and in the words on stage, makes references to her sex life or whatever, and will sometimes comment about and we've kind of got this interesting polar opposite. I mean,
Oh, so you have to assume a role.
yeah, almost, which is not, I don't have as much of a verbal thing going in general, like just in the band or whatever, and as a person. And so sometimes she'll refer to my way and I'll have to go. Sometimes she says I'm a virgin, which is so not true, but it's just like the idea that I'm exactly what she's not. And so I'll go, yeah, or whatever.
You have to play the straight man.
Exactly. She said, you're a great straight man. So I kind of like feed off her because we are very, very different. That's what makes the world go round or whatever.
やっぱりその彼女が強烈に自分のセクシュアリティを出すことによって他のメンバーの役割も、ね、こう変わってくるんですよ。例えばパティの場合パティにしてみればそれが自分の、代弁者であるという見方はするし、自分はレズビアンであるということは、ステージでは言わないんだけど、それはほとんど、よく知られてることなんだけども、またメレッサにとってはね、コーティはああいうことをやってるので、ついついこう脇役にこう回されて、でブリッドみたいなことをやらされてしまう。メリッサはあんたはバージョンだからみたいな、そういうことを平気でコーティが言うし、やっぱりそれに合わせてそういう役を演じざるを得ない。そういう状況もね。
じゃあ一つのパフォーマンスとかエンターテインメントとしては今の役割をインターには満足してるか。
So you're pretty happy with the way the roles work out in terms of the respective, the overall entertainment side. It works out. Everything falls into place.
Yeah, definitely.
例えば日本の女の子だったら3人集まったら絶対喧嘩するんですよ。私がそういう俺は偏見を持ってるわけじゃない。
反論ある。
彼女たちの場合はそこでの役割が私が女王様に本当はなりたいと思ってる人はいないんですが、ここで
それに対してのバランスが言いあるようだよ。
Yeah, yeah.
パートと違うんだね。
そうだ
4人とかだったら
やっぱこう分かれてるんですよ。
I'm not having amount of time to think about what you're saying. Yeah.
すいません。
ない。
そうか。
じゃあ今のあなた方の二方の駆け引きをですね。Our interviewer, one of our interviewers, Mr. Ken Sato here, just said that if this were Japan, the three women got together, there would be a bit more backbiting, to which Banana said, well, no, that's not true. She objected to his...
Like backbiting.
Yeah, more catfighting, I guess you'd say.
Within the band?
Among the three women.
Really?
To which she objected, saying, well, I don't...
Not necessarily.
Yeah, right. So I guess
Generalizing.
Yeah, right. Maybe
Yeah.
it's a sweeping generalization.
Yeah.
That obviously is not the case, so...
What about Shonen Knife? Is there a lot of catfighting there?
じゃあ少年ナイフはどうなのよ。
あれはもうほら、兄弟だ。
They're not a band?
And also they're maybe older.
長いもん。
They've been together forever.
Yeah.
But anyway, the thing is, I think you should just respond by saying you think that's a sweeping generalization.
Yeah, that's a generalization, and I'm sure there are free American women out there that are catfighting for sure. Yeah.
アメリカ人女性が3人集まってそういう状況になりうるんだろうけど実際にそういう人もいるかもしれないしでもそれはちょっとそういう発言はあまりにも頭ごなしに女性はバカにしてるんじゃないのかな
私はバージンでもそうだねバンドのスポークスマンとしてのじゃあコートニーとして考えた場合やっぱり彼女はそういう卓球メソッドみたいな感じでやっぱり卓球みたいなことをこういうメディアに関して言ってそれがバンドのプロモーションにもなるけど要するにパフォーマンスじゃなくてプロモーションとしての戦略としても彼女はそういうことを下品なことをガンガン言うわけじゃないですかでそれは何ていうのビジネスとして見た場合でもやっぱ正しいのかな彼女が感動できるのかな
I've been trying to leave that the whole time.
Courtney has been known to use rather colorful language in dealing with the media. Which, does work out. It helps gain attention. Do you think that's the right way to go about it, that she should be that frank with the media?
Colorful as in swearing,
Yeah,
or just
swearing,
being really extremely honest?
Well, just tell them, when she fuck out, don't ask me about this.
Looking at that perspective would probably be suggesting that one is aware of what they're projecting to the media, and I'm sure she's aware, but she's just being herself. That's just the way she is, So it doesn't, whether it's the right way or the wrong way, it's just, it's good that she's being herself and not contriving it to be something else, それ
れは正しい正しくないと判断する前に、まあ、あくまでもそれは自然体である
Did you get lost? I know, we were worried about you.
自然
In
体
the cab?
でしょうがないことだ。で自然体で
Take
生
a
きてほ
seat
しい
at
と
that
思
table.
うし、
Okay.
それ以外に知らない。
Oh, so he's not at the hotel yet?
It's different, so we have to, anyway.
Okay, well, yeah, sorry.
No, no problem.
なんかありますか？
好きな、今演奏してる、今ツアーで演奏してる中で好きな曲。
What are your favorite numbers of the songs you guys are performing on the road now?
今回日本でやってる中でもいい。
Of the ones
Of the album.
or the ones you've been doing on the Japan tour.
I like Jennifer's Body's my favorite, like being, because it's a fast one for me, like lots of the cool drum parts. And then I like the newer stuff that we're writing some new stuff, and we're doing like little snippets, little chunks of newer
Improv on potential new parts. So
on various tracks or just on Jennifer's part?
Oh no,
within the set that we've been doing.
Within the
Like
new
I don't
set.
know if they know the album well. They probably noticed they probably noticed that there's. You should ask them if they've noticed any new bits. Because it'd be good to know. I'm actually wondering if people like them, or because I really new with it. I would probably keep my ear out for stuff that is.
今回のツアーで結構いろいろと工夫を凝らしてアレンジを書いてるんだけど、それは皆さんお気づきでしょうか？
Did they notice?
Yeah, she said she noticed.
Because
Yeah.
if I really new a band, like when I go see one of my favorite bands play, I always keep my ear open for things I don't know, especially if I know their entire whatever's released. I like hearing that special piece, like something that's not been released yet, meaning a peek hole at the future album or whatever. So I think we like a lot of the new stuff we're working on just because we're excited about what will be coming out later.
Okay, well, when you say different, you're doing both different arrangements of the old material and new material.
There isn't much different arrangements, definitely not different arrangements on the new one. On one, I'm asking for it. There's kind of like an extended, the Live Through This line, which is on the album, is extended in that song because it's, like not only the title sentence, but it's also one of the pretty vocal part. So we really work on that. So sometimes we have like more colorful endings on songs or just that one attachment. But no, beyond that, it's just new stuff we're working on, and that's kind of within the live show what we like doing most. Unless we have a favorite song like Jennifer's Body, or I really like asking for it. So there's just but it's a different thing, new and old, whatever. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that makes sense, yeah. ベリーさんが気に入ってるのは、要するに新しく工夫された曲、例えばアスキングポイントで、クライマックスのコーラス伸ばしたり、っていうのをかなり新しいものを加えたりするので、そういう新しいものが結構ステージ
今それで皆さん住んでるとか同じような感じなんですか？
You guys all live in the same town?
Eric and me and Courtney live in Seattle,
and I live in Montreal, but none of us even, our homes don't really mean anything because we're always on the road, but I won't be moving to Seattle, I guess, but because you don't really need to live in the same city when you're
on the road together anyway.
And if you were to record an album, it'd be elsewhere anyway, so.
メリーさん以外のさ、シアトルに住んでて、実はモントレールだけども、まあそこはツアーで回って
I just want another one of these, which
住
is
んでる街っていう実感がだんだんと薄らいできてますから、同じ街に住む必要がだんだんとなくなっていたっていうのは、どうせちょっとで一緒に回るから。
雑談してください。
雑談？
例えばね、そうやってツアーしてない時とかリハとかって十分にやってるんですか？
Do you get enough rehearsal time? Have you had enough rehearsal time?
Well, we've been playing the same, bunch of songs, our set, and then also at sound check or during shows we work out new material, actually just improvising. and because we've been playing together so much, we really play off of each other, and so we're really getting really tight that way as a band, as a unit. But
and as the songs that we already know are just kind of like they just
come out with your eyes closed.
But this Japanese tour, to make this more special or specific, we've been doing really, really long sets here in the Japanese tour because we've just, we felt a lot of freedom, and just so we've been practicing like those little snippets that we're talking about a lot more on this tour because we feel a kind of openness with the audience or whatever. So, I mean, that's our practice time on stage.
まあ結局本番の時にしかリハーサルできない状況なので、特に日本に来てから、まあ、結構伸び伸びと、まあ、新しく作されたことを実際にやってみたりするので、リハーサルっていうのは本番の時にない
でもないですけどね、まあ、例えばこれからもうちょっとリハーサルをツアーが切れた後にゆっくりやっていって、なんかバンドの音楽性を変えていきたいなみたいな希望は持ってるんですか？
When you guys get off the road, do you have a desire to take the time to sort of sequester the band away and make things tighter or change the direction a little bit, or is it going to pretty much continue as been evolving on the road?
Well, we don't get off the road ever, really. I mean, if you get a week off, the last thing you want to do is play music with those people you've just been playing with for 4 months. But
We're about to do an unplug.
Yeah, that'd be a big
unplugged,
deal.
and so we're all focusing right now on we're gonna, for how long? But 2 weeks we'll be in New York, and for a week of that, or a week and a half of that, we'll be minimizing all of these, like coming up with these songs we're gonna do acoustically. So
reinterpret them.
we have to reinterpret them like less drums, brushes, whatever. And,
So you have 2 weeks before the taping of that show to work that out?
Yeah,
Oh, I
so
see.
we have like a lot of studio practice time, which is, a challenge and a different thing for any band, for any rock band to be having to reinterpret all their music, all their into acoustics. So that's kind of like a totally different type of practicing or wanting to try out new things, but that's going to be fun.
オフっていうのはね、ほとんどないから、オフではほとんどないんで、だからもう、そういう状況の中で、今度アンプラグとの出演が決まってるので、それに向けてニューヨーク行って2週間かけて、現存のその曲をアコースティック化をなんとか試みると。アレンジを全部何もかも変えなきゃいけないので1週間かけてそれじっくりやるんですけど、当面それしか予定されていない。
そしたらそれがね、アンプラグドとかはね、インドとかね、台湾とか中国とかでも流れるんですよ。皆さんの曲が、そういうのでどういう気持ち？
So how does it feel to be going on Unplugged? Because Unplugged is something that gets shown around the world. People in China, Taiwan, India. How does it feel to get that kind of global exposure?
Well, yeah, I mean, I'd say that foremost, Unplugged represents what I was saying before, reinterpreting your songs, and it's a challenge, a musical challenge. So that would be the first thing that would come to my mind about what that means. That's a great element, and otherwise it expanding our band's potential or whatever it is, I mean, great too, but on a whole other level.
まあそれはもちろん魅力なんだけれども、それよりは自分の持ってる曲を改めて新しいアレンジを試みるというのはミュージシャンとして非常に大きなチャンスなんです。それが非常に楽しみであるというのはクリスとしての潜在能力をそこで出すことができるし、いろんな可能性が出てくると思うので、ミュージシャンとしては非常に楽しみな件です。Is that going to be made available in some commercial form or fashion? Unplugged?
no.
I don't know, but I guess, is Nirvana the only one that's been made to sell? See, I don't even know. I mean, like Nirvana,
Yeah,
they sell the CD and stuff.
Pardon me?
Definitely not Nirvana, so.
今は予定はないんだけれども。
So my point being that for sometimes I guess it is made just
like
because it's a special whatever thing it is. Yeah.
Was there a mistake with that?
What?
You said what were you saying?
No, I was I was about to make the point of, for some reason, if it would be, I guess it'd be like an exceptional day if Eric Clapton did it really, really well.
Oh, I see.
Then sell it or whatever, you know. If it doesn't work, then I don't know, whatever.
まあ、アンプラグドっていうのは、まあ、やってみて、それでまあ、うまくいった場合には、エリック・クラプトンとか、ニール・バーナーがうまくいった場合には、商品化されるんだけれども、まあ、どうなるかまだちょっと予想できないので、予定としては、まだないと入ってない。
ニューアルバムとか予定されてるんですか？
What's the new album? Is there any thing in the works for the new album, for recording of new material of any kind?
Because there's still all this touring planning, I'd say that I think we have tentative plans. Do we have tentative plans?
I'd like to do, like, go in the studio in September, but that would be, like, right after Lollapalooza and right after pretty much a year of touring straight. But I feel that would be a good time to go in the studio and record some stuff. But I don't know how everyone else feels. I think everyone take some time off.
Because by then it would be like a year and a half since the other album came out. I mean, we already talked about the album as we've been referring to the new songs that are being developed. So I think it's the fall. Fall is when we're supposed to be thinking about it, and then therefore acting on it eventually.
まあ、ある程度新しい曲はまあ書いてあるし、パティの個人的な意見としては、できれば1年間のツアーが終わったらすぐにでもレコーディングに入りたいと。新しい他のメンバーは何言い出すかわからない、まあ、休みたいかもしれないし、どうなるかわからないんだけれども、まあ、できれば秋からまあそれらしき作業に入りたいと2人。
I was just thinking that I mean, we're kind of holding out for Courtney's supposed to come and do it, so I mean, we can do it for. You want to do this a bit more? I mean, I don't have a problem. Are you going to have her do it? I don't know. She could probably just do it by herself unless she wants. So we're just waiting until she comes. You know, we might just, they want to end it late.
彼女たちそれぞれで
これがラスト。
What are you not?
いや、ラストですか？
ラストです。で、私は、それぞれのコートニー賞っていうのはどういうの？
Just one last thing I wanted to ask you was, how would you just talk a lot about Courtney?
Right.
How would you describe Courtney for, how would you go on record as describing Courtney, put it that way?
As a person?
それは人間として何として
じゃあ人間とミュージシャン両方でそれぞ
How about as a musician and as a person? Two different categories.
Oh God, will be quoted on this or what? You just see, the weird thing is, if she was here, we probably wouldn't receive that kind of question. I had Amy, because she's supposed to be here, and we were just talking. I mean,
That's why we're asking.
right.
We can get away with this shit, but she's not here.
Right. I mean,
It's really strong,
talented, unique, genuine,
funny person. Very, like, good sense of humor.
Smart. Works so much in her head. I mean, which is special quality, that's for sure.
And when she communicates musically, well, as far as between her and I, she can't really talk, actual drum part talk, like that I could understand. So what she'll do is say, well, can you play a sort of a Pretenders beat for this, or a Ministry beat or something, and that's the way we communicate. And I understand that because we both have the same kind of taste in music, so I'll get that and I'll interpret it my way. And we do a lot of that when we play together when we're writing stuff. So. As far as when she's writing music, she'll work out a song and come to a practice or whatever and have an idea, and we'll all just jam and play off of her ideas, and lots of dynamics and working out different parts, where each of us hears something more,
Well, that is often the question of just how we're describing her as a person.
No shortcomings? You guys have described all the virtues.
Kind of hard on herself.
Hard on herself?
And because of all the media attention is, like I was saying before, that she's foremost herself, and that's why she's not thinking, oh, I'm going to be rude, so the media notices this, but there is an interesting, almost like, conflict that happens that being herself takes the type of notice that media takes, and she's chosen to be a media figure, right? I mean, but it just so happens that being an entertainer goes along those lines. That might be when she's hard on herself, and she causes almost a conflict of who she is and how it's almost who she is almost a difficult person to digest or whatever. Like she's but I'd say that was reflecting everything, her career, her relationships, whatever.
Under a microscope constantly, like.
So wait, you're saying that she gets stuck playing a persona? Is that what you're saying?
People expect that from her, you know, the way, and if she does anything along what they say, you know, or what media says she is, then of course they're going to focus on that thing and
right.
make it huge.
I think I'm saying catch-22 of she is a unique person, and parallel to that, she has chosen an entertainment field that makes her under that microscope. So she's under that microscope, but it just so happens that she's a unique person, so the media is part of her. So that's kind of, what she's about, I guess, which is, once again, strong enough in her uniqueness to put herself under that microscope, and obviously all the virtues that we just talked about, talented or whatever it is, all falls under why she is that strong to be under that kind of pressure all the time. I'll pee while you try to translate that.
Okay, well. Okay, yeah, actually that was supposed to be the last question. Yeah. なんだっけどう才能が溢れて非常に強くてご主張が強くてそういうひょうきんでそういう人なんだけどっていう嬉しさの発言がまずあってでプロとしてさっきやミュージシャンとしては、お互いに共通の体験を持っているので専門的なことは言えないんだけども例えばここでスピーテンダーズみたいなドラムスを叩いてちょうだいあるいはここはミニストリーだなっていうそういうボキャブラリーをお互いに共有しているので非常にコミュニケーションがミュージック同士としては何かありますんだというのが初めて最後その長い話は何かとマスコミに人間なのでちょっとしたことでもね話題になったりだから彼は何を言おうとしてたんだろうね難しい話だったんで多分コーティが自意識過剰を信じられてるっていうのを多分言いたかったんじゃないかと思うそれは僕の解釈で本人もだいぶ周り通りに言い方してたのであまりはっきりしなかったと思うんですけどI just say it. 開き直せよ。いつも前田のことで。なんかありますか？私、どうしよう。単純にファンとしてるから単純なこと。雑誌とかで見てない人が目の前にいるからすごく不思議な感じで。なるほど。動いてるところ見たことがないから。なるほど。That was pretty much all the questions they had in mind. They were asking Banana, who I don't know if you're aware, she's a very famous writer. She's big fan of the band. And she said she was a bit overwhelmed because she's only seen you all in magazines, having you actually living, breathing beings in front of you. That's great. So that's why she was a little bit short of questions.
No, those were good questions though, and I think a lot came out of that, and efficient amount of information.
ためになる話がおかげさんでできたんじゃないか。
全然関係ないけど、私の本はアメリカで売ってます。私の本はアメリカで売ってる。
Her books are available. You know if they're available or not in America?
What?
The books she has written.
No, when we were told that we were going to be interviewed, someone told me that they had heard of her before. And
Yeah,
they gave me a bit of,
maybe literary circles, she's a little better known. Her full name is Banana Yoshimoto. She had a very famous book called Kitchen. It's been translated in a lot of different
what was it about? Did she?
Her book tonight. She has one of her books.
Pardon me?
Courtney had one of her books.
Oh, right. It was sent to her, I think. Yeah. Yeah.
What?
そうじゃなくて、文学に詳しい人なら知ってるかもしれない。
友達で読んだ人がいます。
あ、彼女が。
いや、誰か友達で読んだ人がいる。
You never heard of anybody actually having read the books or anything like that?
No, I mean, I'm not. What is the book?
They're like, the novels about, young people.
Yeah, okay, right.
Just novels, literary novels.
If I was a big reader, I'm sure I would have. Like, I'm sure Courtney has, but yeah, I'm not a big
Courtney
reader.
reads a lot.
Yeah. コーティーが読書家で非常によく本を読んでて、彼女って言えばコーティーになって、彼女は読んでると思う。
あとね、これは雑誌に載せなくてもいいけど、昨日武道館の愛の告白があったけど、どう思いますか？
誰が誰に対して愛を告白したマイケルが。
大きい愛の告白武道館。
I guess in no uncertain terms last night at the Budokan, Michael Stipe basically made a declaration of love to Courtney.
At the show?
Yeah.
Did he?
Right before Pressure Highliner, he dedicated a song to
Dedicated them.
They're good friends.
まあそれは一応親しい間柄なので、彼が一曲を捧げてやったと思うんだけど、それは愛の告白になるかね。
日本の人はみんなそう思います。
People in Japan construe that as
Oh, really?
a mission
A
of
friendship love is what it was, yeah.
まあプラトニック
So we should all just
じゃないか。
drink until she gets here and they can ask her some questions.
I think so, pretty much, yeah. じゃあ、あとは別に質問がなければ、まあ適当に酒を飲んで、まあ雑談もしていいかなという。そういう形式。Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, good, thank you. Okay. Gotta go check on my guests. Right. Right back.